Righto. Today I sort of wanted to go over um, some different options that you guys probably are facing or different problems that you guys are probably facing at the moment if you've been watching my content because I post about making digital money online, all this stuff every single day. So what's actually stopping you guys from going out and actually making money from all this stuff? So first off, who am I if you haven't met me? I'm Ethan, FIFO Sparky. Started learning this stuff out in FIFO. One thing that a lot of people sort of get mixed up in, thinking they have to leave their job, they have to fucking throw everything away and go all in on this shit. That's not true. I started this stuff when I was working. You don't have to be, going all in straight away. I would never suggest anyone leaves their job without actually, having some money because obviously we all need to fucking eat. So I obviously started learning this stuff out in FIFO. Then once I was making enough, left FIFO to go all in, and then 3 months after that, replaced my FIFO income, which was $4,000 a week. So that's how quick this stuff can sort of happen for anyone. It can happen quicker, it can happen slower. But what we're going to be talking about is, I guess, what is sort of stopping you guys at the moment. Because if you've watched my other masterclass, that's pretty much got everything in it. It's got everything in it. So what are you guys actually struggling with? One question I always, who can sort of do this because this sort of gets mixed up as well. Normally, I would suggest you have to be at least 17 or like older. I wouldn't suggest like a 16-year-old do this. I would say, stay in school or whatever. You're not quite ready to start up some online business or something like that. Someone willing to invest in themselves, time, money, learning skills. Now, it's when I say invest in yourself, this isn't some get rich quick scheme. This isn't some fucking like it's magically going to happen or anything like that. This is something that you need to put time and effort in because there are skills involved. There are things that you need to get better at. You do not need experience. I started this as a tradie, didn't know anything about this sort of shit, didn't know anything about marketing, sales, anything like that, nothing. All I knew was how to fucking twist wires and then still manage. And you don't need a laptop. Lots of people say, oh, I need a fucking laptop. You don't need a laptop. You just need a phone and some internet. So it's going to be fairly quick today because like I'm just going to be explaining some stuff and the opportunities that are out there at the moment for you guys. Majority of the actual value was in the last ones, but there's some stuff that you guys are sort of telling me that you're sort of missing out on. So for a lot of you guys, I post every single fucking day, nearly every single day, how to start with a low ticket product, how to actually get into it. And you say, oh, I don't know the steps. The steps are so fucking simple. It's pick a niche, get a product, set up a store, and market it. It's that simple. That's all you need to do. But why aren't people actually doing it? Why aren't people actually being successful in it? And it really is very simple that you guys just don't have the skills yet. You don't have any skills. You're trying to, I guess, attack the business model before even trying to learn the skills. And I talk about this a fair bit. What I learned was sales and marketing. That's what I learned. I didn't learn digital dropshipping. I didn't learn how to sell digital products specifically. I just learned sales and marketing. And then once you have those skills, then you can go off into doing whatever you want. Then you could start a fucking clothing brand. You could do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you learn these skills, that's what actually matters. That's what actually makes this stuff successful. That's what actually makes you successful in whatever you're trying to do. And it's probably the most important part. Most people just focus on the business model and then go, oh, fuck, I wonder why it didn't work. It's because you didn't learn the actual skills that are involved to make it work. So I do talk a lot on my Instagram about low ticket products, digital drop shipping, all that sort of stuff. But there are so many different opportunities out there right now that it's ridiculous where you can get in and start making a lot of money. So I just wanted to show you guys the demand on just remote work by itself right now and what's sort of coming. And if you're not prepared for it, you're going to miss out on a massive amount of money, a massive amount of freedom because for most people, the whole point of this and the whole point of making money online, the whole point of any of that is so you can make money from wherever you want, so you can travel, so you can do all that stuff, and you're not, having to rock up to a job site, you're not having to rock up to some place to actually make money. Right now, already it, since COVID in Australia, just Australia by itself, 40% of jobs have gone remote. 40%. So why the fuck aren't all you guys already working remote? It's because you don't have the skills. And with 40%, it's only going to go up. It's only going to go up as AI replaces jobs, as people have to upskill to then, keep up with AI. And I'm going to show you some opportunities that are already about right now. And if we go to seek.com, this is just an Australian job site. Let me just look up remote closer, if it'll load. If we look here, this is just obviously with the skill of sales, just the skill of sales by itself, being a remote closer. I'll explain a bit more about what a remote closer actually is. Look at all these jobs. They're endless. They go for fucking forever. There's pages and pages. Companies and shit are throwing money at people that have this skill. And these jobs pay extremely well. So we can just have a look at some right here. 14K a month opportunity. Closer for breath work. For fucking a breath work offer. 200K, these are jobs that paying more than all your tradie wages, more than FIFO, and you can do it from wherever you want on your own terms. This is the opportunity that's already here, and it's only just started, and it's only going to get bigger. So you need to be upskilling and thinking about the actual skills and not this business model and focusing so much on, oh, I need to fucking find the perfect niche and all that stuff. No, it's about the skills. It doesn't matter what product you've got. It's about the skills and how you can actually market, how you can actually sell it. So these are the opportunities that are already out there right now, and it's only going to get bigger. AI is set to replace fucking 300 million full-time jobs globally by 2030. That is 5 years away. That's 5 years away. It's not, not very far away. This is only going to get massively bigger, and this is only going to get massively bigger. So that's the first thing that we have to understand. The second thing is understanding that currency is the new currency is attention. Now we've got a bunch of people here. I'm sure you've seen them before. Mr. Beast, Kim Kardashian, The Rock, Conor McGregor. All these guys are worth millions and millions of dollars, not because they're, have all this like special stuff. It's because they have heaps and heaps of attention online. And that's what's actually valuable. Mr. Beast got offered $1 billion, over $1 billion, just for his YouTube channel. Just for his YouTube channel. That's it, because there's so many eyeballs on it. The Rock has a whiskey company worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Not because The Rock's whiskey is fucking good, not because it's special, not because of any of that, just because The Rock has so much attention on him and it's The Rock's whiskey. That's what makes it $1 billion. Same with Kim Kardashian, Skims and makeup and all that bullshit. None of her products are special. None of that stuff is, particularly awesome. It's just because Kim Kardashian has so much attention on her. That's where the money flows. It flows to attention. It flows to marketing. The exact same with Conor McGregor. He's a fighter. This motherfucker doesn't know anything about fucking brewing or whiskey. What the fuck would he know? But he sold a quarter of that company for 600 million. Not because this is an awesome drink and it has fucking, it's the best tasting whiskey ever. It's because it's Conor McGregor's fucking whiskey. And Conor McGregor has so much attention on him online. So understanding that currency is the new attention. And it's the exact same with all these, I guess, gurus that you see online teaching different ways to make money online. That's why people build personal brands, because they get so much attention. And I got some examples here. These are like probably some gurus that you've seen somewhere, like Luke Belmore, TJR, Jordan Brown, Millsap. All these guys have heaps of attention, and that's what brings them all the money, having that attention there. So understanding that everything's pretty much going to end up going remote. And if you have the skills there ready, you can fucking make a fuck ton of money before anyone else can get in. The opportunity is already there right now. And understanding that attention is the new currency. So, in terms of digital products and everything like that, the e-learning space is set to hit $140 billion by 2030. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money getting transacted every single year. And, even if you just fit in and take 1%, 2% of that, there's so much money going around for everyone and so many people wanting to get into the e-learning space that it's just a ridiculous amount of fucking money. And all these jobs that I was talking about, remote closing, And these remote jobs all fit into that where you can take a piece of that pie. So you don't have to post content and put your face out there. That's what I'm sort of saying at the moment. Because a lot of people obviously don't want to put their face out there like I do. A lot of people want to, just make money on the side without having to do stuff. Maybe you want to do digital products. It doesn't really matter. But understanding that this is a massive, massive market cap and you have a really good chance at the moment from taking a pretty big chunk of it. So one thing I talk about a lot, like I mentioned before, is low ticket products. So these are things that are like, your ebooks, your video guides, your templates, things that are like $20 to $1,000 realistically. So these are fairly cheap products, right? The reason they are cheaper is because I guess they give less value. So everything doesn't matter what you're selling, the price normally determines like how valuable it actually is. So if something's super valuable, it's going to be worth probably a bit more than fucking $20, right? That a $20 ebook, unless it's, something to do with gardening or I don't know, some bullshit like that, it's not going to change your life massively. It still might have value, but it's not going to be, this fucking $100,000, product. So it's a lot harder to, I guess, make millions and millions of dollars off a low ticket product. And the reason for that is because you need to sell a fuck ton. You need to sell a fuck ton. So what a lot of people do is they start with low ticket. That's why I sort of preach it everywhere. Lots of people obviously don't have much money. They start with low ticket, try to get their money up with that, and then end up getting into high ticket, or they learn some skills to then end up getting into high ticket. High ticket products, this is just obviously the same thing, except just products that are fucking more expensive. It's products that range from 1,000 all the way up to $100,000. Now you're probably thinking, who the fuck buys a product for $100,000? There's plenty out there, I can guarantee you that. And these are more things that are like mentorships, coaching, and done for you services. So done for you services are like services that businesses need. The businesses need to either make more money or they need, a part of their business taken off their hands. And that's what this digital product can actually do for them. So these products that obviously range a lot higher. When you are dealing with high ticket products, it is so much easier to have a consistent and higher income because instead of, just say most people's goal is to make 10K a month. They say, oh, I want to make 10K a month, to start with. You have to sell a lot more ebooks to get to 10K a month. But if you're selling a high ticket product, you probably only got to sell like two high ticket products a month. That's it. And that's why it's so much more profitable. And there's such I guess, a easier way to explode your income. But it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're doing high ticket products, whether you're doing any of that sort of stuff, it all comes down to the skills. And that's what you guys are probably missing at the moment is the actual skills and actually learning this stuff. So it's just obviously sales and marketing. They're the fundamentals of every single business. Every single business. You need sales to be able to convert your leads into actually money. And you need marketing to get fucking leads in the first place. If you don't know what leads mean, it just means customers. It just means customers. And then this way, with sales and marketing and jobs within sales and marketing, it's not like your normal hourly rate. Most of these jobs are based on the value you bring. So just say, even if you have a high income skill, you learn these skills and you don't even want to make your own product, you can go work for other companies with these skills and you'll get paid on the value you bring. So the better you get at these skills, the more you're going to get paid. So instead of, I'm sure you've all been working a job and then you're working next to someone else, you're getting paid the same amount. This cunt's doing fuck all and you're doing all the work, but you're on the same hourly rate, right? That doesn't happen in this stuff. That doesn't happen. You're getting paid for the value you bring. So if you are really good at sales, you're making heaps of sales for this business, they're going to pay you for that. They're going to pay you equivalent to how good you actually are. So if you're really good and you can make your goal in a short period of time, you don't have to work as much. But obviously, to start with, you might have to work a bit more to try and get to your goal, to learn the skill and get good at it. It's the exact same with marketing. So these are awesome skills to learn, and they're high income skills that every single business needs and every single business will forever need. And you can just, like, really, it's just like fucking the secret. Learning these two skills is like the secrets to, I guess, exploding your income and being able to get away from that, I guess, that 9 to 5 lifestyle. And I can say that with confidence is because I've done it. These are the skills I've learned. And then obviously we've got people like Reese Roberts. He's making $20,000 a month. $20,000 a month because he learned these two skills and he can now leverage those skills to actually make money. And the exact same with Conrad, who made 12,000 USD in a single week from leveraging both these skills. Both these skills are both valuable, I guess, separate. So just learning sales or just learning marketing, they're both very valuable separate. But when you put them together, that's when you can really explode your income because you've got both sides. If you just learn sales and you're sort of out by yourself, it's still no good because you can't bring more customers in. You're still capped. And if you just learn marketing, you're still sort of capped because you're bringing in all these leads, but you don't know how to fucking convert them. So learning these skills together is super important. Whether you want to do digital products, physical products, it doesn't matter. Now, with high ticket products, obviously a product that's 10,000, 50,000, $100,000, it's a lot different to, your ebook. You can't just put a fucking link somewhere and expect someone to go in and click buy on a $50,000 product. There's a whole different, I guess, selling process. And this is where I was sort of talking about the remote jobs and the e-learning space and where you can fit in if you don't want to put your face out there, if you don't want to, I guess, be all over social media and that sort of stuff. So with high ticket products and whether it's physical or digital, they have a different process of actually selling it. So they have a thing called setting and they have a thing called remote closing. So just say someone has some sort of digital product, doesn't really matter what it is, doesn't matter what actually product it is, and it's $50,000. This person is probably marketing. They're probably marketing their product and they're also running the product and making sure whoever's buying this thing for 10,000 or 20,000 or $50,000 is actually getting the value from it, and they don't have time to talk to everyone that wants to come in. So what happens is they have things called setters, which is a pretty common thing in sales, and this is someone that they might be running ads, they might be posting content about it. There's people coming to them saying, I want your product, I want to learn what you learn, I want to have your done for me service or whatever. This person doesn't have time, so they have a thing called a setter. This person talks to all these people, figure out who's actually keen, who's actually qualified, figure out who would actually be a good fit for the product, and then pass it on to the closer. Now, the closer is someone that just takes the phone calls with these people, figures out where they are, and then they can move on and actually close the deal. Appointment setting is something that's really good for someone that's brand new to this shit. It's something I started with. It's the first thing I started with when I was out in FIFO. Obviously, you don't have to show your face. You don't have to post content for, I guess, influencers. And if you in the, info game, whether you want to get into the info game sort of digital products, most of that's on Instagram. So there's influencers out there like these guys. These guys are obviously too busy running their own shit. They're running their own programs. They don't have time to, I guess, talk to everyone that messages them. So they have things like appointment setters that reply to those DMs, figures out who's actually keen, and then books them on with a call with a closer. So this is a great way to learn sales, get the whole fundamental of sales without, I guess, that massive pressure. You're just sending messages and you can make a really good amount of money really quick. And I've got some other examples of some boys that have done this. Another beautiful name, Ethan. First comms in 42 days. So he's 42 days he started and he got all the way up to now landing a role and making money in 42 days. That's how quick you can learn this. Another example, Jericho, 21 days. 21 days from not knowing fucking anything to now making money. This is how quick you can learn this stuff. Another example, Jordan, in 3 weeks making money. Obviously, all these boys here, they are fairly new. They're not making fucking life-changing money. This isn't like 10K weeks and shit like that from sending DMs. They're not making life-changing money, but they're making enough to be able to leave their job, to be able to go all in and make more money from wherever I guess they want. You can send messages from wherever. This is something I started with when I first got into the game. And it's a great way to get your, I guess, foot in the door for high ticket products. And then obviously remote closing. So taking calls with these leads on the behalf of the business. So whether this is it could be a finance company, it could be insurance company, it could be info, it could be whatever sort of product ever. These guys can get paid really, really well. And all you're doing, it's not like I guess that Wolf of Wall Street fucking sales that you sort of can think of when you think of sales, that real sleazy shit. These are inbound leads. These are leads that want to be in it. They want to be in it. It's just your job to figure out if they're actually going to get the value out of it. Are they actually, is this actually a right fit? Because the worst thing when with high ticket products, people that run these high ticket products don't want people that aren't actually going to get the value out of it in their program or using their service, whatever it is, because then it's bad reviews, then it's not, I guess, good for the product. If you have the right people in using your service, you're going to get more customers, you're going to get more value out of it, and you're going to get more results. So these closers are literally like a fucking receptionist, except over a phone call, just making sure they think this is actually going to be the right thing for them. So it's not that sleazy sales stuff. And I've got some examples of some other boys that have been doing this for about, I think they've both been doing it 5 months. We've got Michael Holden, ex Chippy, 7.5K in a week. 7.5K in a week, just taking 4 to 5 phone calls a day. Each phone call obviously goes for about an hour, but 7.5K in a week from wherever he wants. Another example, James, 6K in a week as a closer. He's an ex-Sparky. 5 months. This is how quick you can sort of learn these skills and actually take advantage of the jobs that are already here. There's a massive demand already on all of this stuff. These are small numbers as well. I'm not going to lie, I guess, for 5 months, very good. For 5 months, these guys are making good money. But the better you get at all of these things, the more money you're going to make. And I'm going to explain it like another way, just so you can understand, I guess, these jobs. Um, if you don't quite see, I guess, the potential. So just say, you learn the skill, you land your role. It's a $10,000 offer, very standard for a high ticket product. $10,000 for like a high ticket product. A setter normally earns like industry standard, depends what job you sort of go to. They earn about 5% of the deal. So just say there's a $10,000 deal, there's all these people coming in, you're talking to all these people and you book 10 appointments that day and only three close. Only three, you'll make 1,500 bucks for that day, which those numbers, very realistic. Those are very realistic. Those are numbers that I guess I would assume on a good offer, you would spend 5 hours booking those 10 appointments. From my experience and when I was a setter, that's good money, but obviously you need the skill set for that. And the exact same for closer, except obviously a bit more money because it does take a bit more skill because you are on the phone, you are actually using more, I guess, skill than just sending a fucking text. The closers normally earn about 10%. So that's obviously if it's $10,000 deal, it's $1,000 per close. Just say you take 5 calls. So 5 calls is 5 hours. Each call goes for about an hour. Well, it goes 45, but like give yourself a little break to have a snack or something in between, I guess. 5 calls, you only close two. You only close two of those. $2,000 that day. Okay? So this is like the standard. This is like very realistic numbers for a half decent closer. These aren't like outlandish numbers. This is like someone that's not even probably that good. But obviously, to get these roles, they're all on they're all on fucking Seek. Even if we go point appointment setter to land any of these roles, you do need training. Pretty much every single one, you need some sort of training. I should say. Professional, calm, attention to detail, blah, blah, blah. That's a shit job because it's got outbound. We don't want outbound. When you guys look at these jobs, you don't want, that's a shit one as well. We don't want, I guess, outbound. Outbound's pretty bad. That means you're cold calling cunts. We don't want to be cold calling cunts. It's a waste of time. People, you might as well join a fucking Indian call center. Okay? So we don't want that. Let's go back to remote closing. And I'll just look at a job description for you guys so you can understand the potential. Here we go. Let's go to the breathwork one. So they obviously have an offer about some sort of high ticket breathwork and wellness thing that people get in because they want to learn breathwork and wellness offer. These guys are making 14K a month. These closers. They're probably taking 5 calls a day, 10% on cash collected, milestone bonuses, all this awesome stuff. 14K a month. Uncapped comms. Okay, so that's also another thing you want to be looking at is you don't want, I guess, your comms to be capped. You want to be able to make as much money as possible. If you put in all the work, you take fucking 50 calls that day because you want to go hard. Not that there's that many hours in a day, and your closing rate's awesome. You don't want them to say, all right, we're not going to pay you that much. You want uncapped comms because that's when you can put the work in, make all the money you want. But all of these jobs require you to know the skills. Personal branding. Now, I definitely went over, I guess, why personal branding's good in the last masterclass. Obviously, not everyone wants to do a personal brand because they don't want to put their face everywhere. Understand it, right? I can understand it, but the opportunities for a personal brand are massive. When you have a personal brand, you can build it for yourself and your own products. You can build it for another business. You can build it for opportunities to come to you, whether that's roles, where you can build a personal brand around sales. You can build a personal brand around marketing, and that way roles will come to you. That way you don't have to go looking around because remember, we're dealing with people over the internet. Who's going to stand out more? Some cunt with a fucking resume and a cover letter, and that's it, or a cunt with fucking all this proof, social proof, a resume, and a cover letter. You're going to stand out. Your socials are going to be the first thing they look at, especially in these sales and marketing roles. If you can sell yourself, they know that you can sell, I guess, anything. And also, obviously, brand deals. Brand deals are a great way to make money. I've got brand deals, but I don't talk about it in my content, obviously, because that's just I talk about actually learning this shit. But if you build a personal brand, I've been offered $5,000 a reel, $5,000 a reel, just from like the amount of followers. So building a personal brand, great way to make money. But I've got more examples of people that have built their personal brand. Brody White, 10K a month, ex FIFO worker, same as me. Hudson Ball, 30K in 3 months. He was an ex laborer, so he wasn't even a fucking tradie. Useless, right? 30K in a month, or 30K in 3 months. But it all comes down to the skills. I just want to make learning these skills so fucking clear because I say every single day, I've laid out every single day in my content for free on YouTube how to do this stuff. It fucking shocks me that no one actually goes and does it. It's because you don't have these skills. You need sales to learn how to convert. You need marketing to bring the leads in. Teaching these skills. Now, obviously, we're talking a lot about the skills and how they're very important. All the opportunities, whether you want to post content, whether you want to do digital products, whether you want to start your own business, whether you want to, do whatever the fuck you want. Start an agency does not matter. You need those skills. Learning these skills and I guess teaching someone these skills, they do require, I guess, a lot of feedback from like your actual work. Obviously, there's lots of free resources out there. Um, I'm putting out slowly as I keep making it on my YouTube uh, videos so you guys can learn. But it requires feedback. It requires someone there seeing your work and saying, "You fucked this up, Andrew. You dumb cunt. Do this better." And Andrew goes, "Yes, you're right. I am a dumb cunt. I'll fix that." Too easy. And then you keep learning that way. It's not something I guess you can. I guess you can, but it's going to take a really long time without sort of feedback from someone that's actually good. it's like learning anything. So like this is like with being a tradie, obviously you have the tradie there for guidance. You have someone there showing you exactly how to do it. Water. You have someone there showing you how to do it. You have obviously TAFE there for the info. So that you can learn, I guess, the theory of everything and know why you do stuff. And then you also have other tradies and other apprentices to, I guess, walk you through it and see other perspectives of it and bounce ideas off it. So community. So you need the guidance, you need info, you need community. These are things that I lacked when I was trying to learn everything online by myself. And that's what I struggled with. Because if you just had the info, like which all of you do, you've all got YouTube. So why the fuck like haven't you guys learnt the skills yet? Because you're missing the guidance, because you're missing the community. Even if you guys knew a bunch of, people already doing this and you had like a tight sort of circle, you probably won't improve that quick because you don't have the info, you don't have the guidance. And then so they all work together. It's not like something that you can just get one of and then just learn it all by yourself. So making sure you have every single one of these when you guys are trying to attack it is super important. But that is pretty much like what I wanted to touch on for this and how important these skills are and the opportunity that is out there. That there's fucking six-figure jobs on Seek sitting here right now, and all you have to learn is one fucking skill that can take you 3 months, and you can be traveling around the world taking 5 phone calls a day. It's ridiculous, right? And then also being able to use those skills to go into digital products, to go into physical products or any sort of business or agency that you want to start. So if you haven't watched my old masterclasses, I would definitely suggest that. They're on my YouTube channel. If I haven't sent it to you from replying to my story, definitely go watch that. And then if you haven't like, because this will make no fucking sense if you haven't watched it, all of them and understood it. Then the next thing, actually start, and then you should be focusing on the skills. When you guys are trying this stuff, don't focus on picking the fucking perfect niche. Don't be focusing on picking the perfect digital product. Don't be focusing on, all this stuff. You should be focusing on how can I get better at these two skills because that's what actually matters. If you do need help learning these skills, just send me the word masterclass. I've got some resources that I use to actually help me learn this. And then I'm probably going to put it out on YouTube pretty soon. So just send me the word masterclass and then I'll be able to send that to you because I don't know who the fuck actually wants it. But that is pretty much it. Any questions? I have, if you press hold up,